welcome back to Sport on 7. I'm Tom Bushell. You can get me on Twitter at Tom Bushell. UAE is where to find me. Tickets for the 2012 Dubai Rugby Sevens go on sale on October the 1st. That is next Monday. In the build-up to the Sevens, former All Black legend Justin Marshall has been in Dubai. He's the most capped halfback for the All Blacks. Played the most ever games against South Africa for the All Blacks, has the most Tri-Nation titles for a player, 5. Most tries scored by an All Black halfback, 28. He's good, basically. And he spoke to me this week on Sport on 7. Justin, thanks so much for joining me. Welcome to Dubai. Of course, very hot at the moment, but we're looking forward to the Rugby Sevens once again. It's such an amazing event here in Dubai, and great for the Sevens to be in the Olympics in 4 years' time as well.
Oh, it certainly is, and I think they deserve it as well. Like, I don't see now the Sevens as being a feeder to 15s. I see it as having its own identity, and the players are specialists. They thrive in that environment. They're a different athlete. They know the game better than what the 15s players do, and for them to be able to have these tournaments like the one in Dubai, but also the Commonwealth Games and now the Olympics, amazing, where they can showcase their skills and their specialist skills. And I think that's just the growth of the game, and I think now we're going to see it evolve even more, that the Olympics, something that anybody wants to go to, so to have that there is something for the young players to strive for, knowing that if they target Sevens and work hard at it, that they can get to the Olympics one day and perhaps win a gold medal. Well, that's got to be great. And as for Dubai, look, mate, it's got a huge reputation around the rugby world. Some players, they are actually asking people to get me here, you know, that's how much they want to be here. So it's got a fantastic reputation. I wish that I could have come in the last 2 years. I've been invited, but my work commitments are keeping me out of it. But I know that I'll get here. I'm getting older, but I can't wait to come and play.
Talking of work commitments, of course, you're now commentating on the game. How have you felt the adjustment from going from playing to actually watching the game and analysing it?
It was difficult to start off with. Just being freshly retired, I moved straight into it. So I went from boots on to loafers on and suit and tie and going along to the games and commentating. And I was pretty fresh out of it, and I sort of had a bit of envy, and I was also wondering whether or not I'd retired a bit early. That has since left my system, having seen the players develop, get stronger, the game get quicker, and I've thought, yeah, maybe it was a good time to retire when I did. But initially it'd be fair to say I struggled with it, but since then I've really enjoyed it. I'm a competitive person, and doing that job, getting to go along to the games, being part of live rugby, it's still a live thing that you're doing on TV, so you've got to be on your game and making sure that you know what you're doing, and then being still involved with rugby. I love rugby. As a player, many players, when they were playing, didn't watch rugby. You know, they wanted to get away from it and put it to the side and just do their training and play. I watched all the games, so I'm a rugby fan anyway. So to have a job back in the game is something that I'm really grateful for. And you know, like I say, I'm very, very much enjoying the role and hopefully improving and giving people what they want.
England have won here in the Sevens tournament in the last 2 years, of course. Do you think they can get that third win this year?
Given your accent when we first met, there was absolutely no doubt that you were going to ask me that question. So believe me, these things don't surprise me anymore. Look, England have been very successful here, yes, and they've developed into a very forceful nation. I played against funnily enough, in my last season with Saracens, I wasn't getting a lot of game time. I was coming back from injury, and I went and played against the squad. It was most of the B players, and boy, there was some talent in there. And it made me think, well, I don't play Sevens for a start off, which reinforced the fact that I should stay in 15s. But I watched the evolvement of that squad going, some of those players moving their way into the national setup, and because of that and the way that England have targeted Sevens, they've become very successful and a bit of a nemesis for New Zealand. Actually, they've been very good out in Wellington as well, which is much to the disgust of many hardened New Zealand Sevens supporters. They're difficult to beat out here. It's not a hard journey for them to get here. So because of that, you know, a lot of their players don't suffer the travel problems, and they know that it's an environment they can come and succeed in, which is key. You know, if you come somewhere and you get success there, you get a feeling for being, you know, wanting that again and knowing how to achieve it. So they're going to be hard to beat.
Justin, thanks so much. Enjoy your time in Dubai.
My pleasure. I will. Don't worry about that. I love it here.
Let's start with the Singapore Grand Prix then. Red Bull's Sebastian Vettel cruised to victory after Lewis Hamilton's McLaren retired. Hamilton headed Vettel from the start, but a gearbox failure dealt a major blow to the Britain's world title hopes. Fellow British driver Jenson Button took second in his McLaren from Ferrari's Fernando Alonso. In the standings, Lewis Hamilton loses points on the championship leader Alonso, who now leads by 29 points after Sebastian Vettel made up a little ground. Jenson Button pushed himself up a little closer to the main pack with that second place. Constructors' Championship, well, it's still between Red Bull and McLaren at the top of the Constructors. Ferrari third on 245. Close though, isn't it? And in the week of the Ryder Cup, Brandt Snedeker held his nerve to win the PGA Tour Championship in Atlanta and win in the FedEx Cup. The jackpot was $10 million. Snedeker, who's 32, shared the overnight lead with England's Justin Rose and shot a 2-under par 68 for 10 under overall. Rose holed a long putt on the 18th for second, 3 shots behind, with compatriot Luke Donald tied for third. There we go, that's your lot for this week. Plenty of sport, and worth mentioning as well, keep an eye on the MENA Golf Tour, which got underway this week at Dubai Creek. 6 tournaments to come over the coming weeks. Jake Shepherd is the defending champion. We'll have him on the show soon enough. Have a great week. I'm Tom Bushell, and I'll chat to you next week. Goodbye.